Dave, you said you weren't going to be cheering, but did it turn out that you cheered a little bit? Or?
I think it was a little bit tempered. I was certainly happy for Albert. It's a milestone moment for him, his family. It's great for baseball. Unfortunately, we had to be the recipients of it, but you know that's what happens when you don't make good pitches. But as far as the moment, you know, I couldn't be more happy for him. And you know, he's you know, this is like the Mount Rushmore of sluggers. So to eclipse that or to reach that 700 home run mark, it's remarkable.
To see the reception you got even before the game, just from to be a visiting player to get that reception, what does that sort of say about not just what he's accomplished, but his time here last year?
Well, it speaks to the person he is, and I think that the fans here, obviously there were some Cardinal fans here, but the Dodger fans here understand the character and what he's done for the game, and he was a good Dodger for us. And I think they, you know, obviously you want to win every game, but there are times when a person, a player of his magnitude trumps, you know, the opposing uniform. And tonight was one of those moments that our fans cheered him and they applauded him, you know, when he reached 700, and that's the way it should have been.
Doc, Albert said that without you or Albert bringing him here, that he would be here right now. How does that make you feel?
It's humbling. I remember the conversation that Andrew and I had with Albert and his agent, Danny, and just kind of trying to figure out if this was going to be a fit and what was expected of him. And so I'm happy to say that we held to what we laid out. And I do know that in talking to him at times last year, he did, you know, allude to the fact that we brought the joy back, him being a Dodger. And I think you guys all saw that last year, how much joy he had. So for us to play a little bit of part of it to kind of give him a little resurgence, it is great because he should end his career with the Cardinals, and it's just great that he reached this milestone.
What changed with Craig pitching tonight?
I just had a conversation with Craig earlier, and just said that we're going to change the role and just kind of put him in spots, put him in certain lanes, and where he can go out there and thrive. And to his credit, he was open to it and looked at it as an opportunity. And tonight he came in, threw the baseball really well.
Sorry, unless I misunderstood. I think before the game you said you were going to stay away from him?
That was the plan. And the way the game played out, he was needed. And he did say to me that if needed, I'll pitch. And so that's kind of where it came to.
Dave, what don't we get about like that sort of greatness? Like what don't we understand about?
I don't think people, whether you haven't played, whether you have played, how hard it is to be consistent over 2 decades. You know, there's guys that have a good season, or a couple good seasons, or a few good seasons, but to be able to take care of your body, to have the drive year in and year out, to put you in this elite class, I don't even think elite's doing it justice. It's something I can't even fathom, to be quite honest. And you know, he essentially, him and Quintana won the game for him. You know, this is a guy that's, you know, singing a swan song, and you know, and he's having a tremendous season. So I just can't. It's a mind, it's a body that only a select few have that innate, maybe some learned kind of drive and to be great for such a long time. Yeah, that's why, you know, the Hall of Fame, you know, it's not just a short period of time. It's over a long time period. It separates the great ones.
Dave, after last season with you guys here and how far away he was from 700, and then when you saw him at the All-Star break, did you think he was going to get to this mark? What have you seen in the second half?
I quite honest, I wouldn't doubt him, but, you know, the stars seem to kind of have to align for it to play out like this. I don't think Albert even thought it was even a possibility. But you have to give, you know, Ollie credit for running him out there. You have to give the Cardinals credit for giving him an opportunity. And you have to, most importantly, give Albert credit because he's performing. But, you know, looking at the season, I don't know how many homers he needed this year. And then also at the All-Star break, he just went on a tear. And so you can't bet against a guy like that. So, you know, as a former teammate, couldn't be more happy for him.
So Dave, for you and your players in the dugout, when this is unfolding, it must have been such a contradiction of emotions where you, in one hand you're pissed and you're, you're a little dejected with yourselves, but on the other hand, you're appreciating what he's doing. That doesn't come around very often.
It doesn't.
You got those two emotions.
Yeah, and I felt those emotions. I was very pissed about the execution that we had tonight. But you have to sometimes step back and appreciate that it's not always about you. And in this particular case, it's certainly bigger than all of us and for sports. So, you know, I guess if we're not going to execute pitches, then I'm happy that it was Albert, I guess. But I never like losing. But talking about this home run, the 700 home run, this milestone, I'm happy for him. Thanks, guys.